Welcome to
Science with the Scurrys with Charles
and Drea.
and occasionally our dog Cooper. Charles, based on our appearance, what kind of book do you think we're going to be reading for Science with the Scurrys today?
I don't know, maybe Animal Farm?
Animal Farm? Ooh, that's a long good one. What about maybe if you give a pig a pancake?
Could be.
What's your prediction? Let's hear. Ooh, I heard Charlotte's Web. Yeah, we'd be here for days if we read that one, but we'd make pretty cool looking Wilburs. Well, friends, today the book that we're going to be reading is The Three Little Pigs, retold and illustrated by one of my favorite authors, James Marshall. And after we finish reading this book, Charles and I have a really fun STEM challenge to introduce to you. So make sure to stick around until after we finish so you can hear what the STEM challenge is. You ready? The Three Little Pigs, retold and illustrated by James Marshall. Once upon a time, an old sow sent her three little pigs out into the world to seek their fortune. Now be sure to write, she said, and remember that I love you.
The first little pig met a man with a load of straw. I know, said the little pig. I'll buy your straw and build a house. That's not a good idea, said the man. Mind your own business, thank you, said the little pig, and he bought the straw and set about building a house. It took him no time at all.
Very soon, a lean and hungry wolf happened by. Pig was just about his favorite food in the whole world. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin."
This annoyed the wolf to the end, and he said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." "Go right ahead," said the little pig. So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in, and he gobbled up the little pig.
The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. "I've got it," said the little pig. "I'll buy those sticks and build a house." "I'd think twice about that," said the man. I love how they keep warning them. "Oh, pooh," said the little pig. "What would you know?" He bought the sticks and went to work building a house. "Very pretty," he said.
No sooner had the little pig settled into his pretty house than the wolf happened by. He was still hungry, and he said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin."
The wolf didn't care for that at all, and he said, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." "Ha ha ha," said the little pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in and he gobbled up the little pig.
Now the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks.
Man, he's really strong for carrying those bricks just like that.
"These bricks will make a fine sturdy house," said the man. "Capital idea, my good fellow," said the little pig. So he bought the bricks and set about building a house. It took him quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. "Nice and solid," said the little pig. "Nice and solid."
But no sooner had the little pig moved in than he noticed the wolf loitering about. And the wolf, who was still hungry, said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin."
Well, the wolf had heard that before, and he said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." "Oh, no, you don't," said the little pig. But the wolf huffed, and the wolf puffed, and the wolf huffed, and the wolf puffed, until he was quite blue in the face. The house stood firm. "I'll try another approach," muttered the wolf. And he put on his most dazzling smile. "Little pig, I was only teasing," he said. "By the way, I hear I hear the tell that Mr. Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall we go pick a few? Oh, I'm too much busy now, said the little pig. What about tomorrow morning? Excellent, said the wolf. I'll come for you at 6.
The next morning, the little pig got up at 5, hurried off to Farmer Jones's turnip field, picked a basket full of scrumptious turnips, and dashed back home. When the wolf arrived at 6, the turnips were already boiling in the pot. Sorry, I couldn't wait, said the little pig. The wolf tried not to show his displeasure. No harm done, he said. By the way, there is a lovely apple tree down in Merry Meadow. Shall we go help ourselves to a few apples? I must cook my turnips, said the little pig. Let's meet there tomorrow morning. Splendid, said the wolf. Shall we say 5?
The next morning, the little pig was up at 4 and went off for the apples. It took no longer than he expected to reach Merry Meadow. And while busy gathering apples in the highest tree, he saw the wolf approaching. Do try these, he called down, throwing one apple as far as he could. When the wolf chased after the apple, the little pig shimmied down the tree and made it safely home. The next day, the wolf came again. Really, he was quite put out. There's a fair today on the hog hill, he said. Would you care to go? Why don't we meet there? Said the little pig. Would 3 o'clock suit you? Colossal, said the wolf. 3 it is. Just to make sure, he would be there at 2.
At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went to the fair and had a fine time. So fine that he lost track of the hour. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Without a minute to spare, the little pig jumped inside an empty butter churn and rolled down the hill toward the wolf. Well, the wolf was so scared, he ran all the way home.
That evening, the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he had been by a great round thing that came down the hill. Frightened you? Did I? Said the little pig. That great round thing was a butter churn, and I was inside. This was simply too much for the wolf to stand. I've been nice way too long enough, he cried. I'm going to eat you up right now. And he climbed onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, he put a big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire. Here I come, cried the wolf. Dinner time!
You can say that again, said the little pig. And he cooked the mean old wolf and gobbled him up. Man, that book was really good.
It was.
Yeah, that third little pig was so clever.
That would have been me.
Anyways, well, hopefully we can be just as clever when it comes to this next STEM challenge. The name of the challenge is Pig's House Challenge. So, in a STEM experiment, we always have a problem. Charles, what is the problem in this STEM activity?
So, the big bad wolf blew down the first 2 pigs' houses. So,
and
we
now
gotta
he's coming
fix
for
that.
us.
Exactly.
Well, the challenge in the STEM activity is you have 5 minutes to create your own house using any materials that you'd like that can withstand the big bad wolf's huffs and puffs. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna huff and puff for a minute to see if our houses and your house stands firm. Charles, do you want to show them who the big bad wolf is in the STEM challenge?
So, the big bad wolf. Hold on, I gotta get him out the cage.
It's pretty ferocious. I'm kind of scared. Even Cooper's kind of nervous.
Oh!
Step.
Oh.
Look at that wolf.
It's okay. It's okay.
Calm
but he
down.
is bad. This is a bad old wolf.
And he's ready to huff and
tough.
And so he's gonna be huffing and puffing for a minute straight. And how many minutes do we have to build our house?
5.
Using any material that you like.
Anything that you can find.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. So, do you want to see what materials I'm thinking about using for my house?
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, so I was thinking about using Play-Doh. I think that will help me be successful for this challenge. And I think what I'm going to end up doing with it is maybe constructing one color as like the walls and maybe one color as a base so it doesn't fall down. That's my plan. Remember, whenever you do a STEM challenge, you always want to come up with a plan first.
That's good.
Pink and green, of course. What are you thinking, Charles?
Well, I have some sticks that I'm going to use, but
just like the second thing.
Not as a surprise, but I have some good foundation, some rocks that I found in the yard that I'm thinking about using.
Pretty interesting. So what's your plan? What are you planning on doing with them?
So my plan is to try to build a foundation with the sticks and make sure they're held together with the rocks.
Oh. Well, that sounds cool and all, Charles, but I hope you know that I'm gonna beat you. Not like it's a competition, but it is a competition.
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Alrighty. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's count down.
3,
2, 1, go. I'm good. You only have 1 minute. Well, and 45 seconds. Think you can do it? Okay.
I'm focused right now.
I see. Time is up. Alrighty. Are you ready to test your challenge?
I am.
Okay, let me go get the wolf. Sir, the challenge is over.
Challenge done.
Okay. Let's time to see if his house can withhold the wolf's huffs and puffs for a minute straight. Here we go. can't wait to talk about what happened during our reflection. Are you ready to test to see if I'm the successful third pig? Not too shabby. Hold it straight like a wolf.
Wolf can blow from different sides. He has to get his huffing and puffing done somewhere.
Hold the wolf straight.
A wolf doesn't just blow. You gotta come at all angles just to make sure it's good.
15 more seconds. You're touching it. And time. Just like any STEM activity, after you've come up with your plan, after you've built and engineered whatever plan you were thinking of, you always want to have a little reflection time. So let's reflect a little bit. What went well for you, and what is something that you would like to improve on?
Everything went well for me, and the only thing I would like to improve on is having a good amount of time to get things prepared. I think that was the thing that really messed me up.
Yeah, I think you had a good plan. I think that the hot glue was a good idea. I will say you probably needed a little bit more of like a firm foundation, maybe with the rocks or something, but I think he would have been good with time. But so my plan, I think it went pretty well. I kind of learned from the 3 pigs. We didn't have any bricks for me to make a house, and I knew that using sticks or straw wouldn't help me be successful. So I wanted to use Play-Doh because it's easy to stick, and I didn't think that would move too much when it came to the wolf's huffs and his puffs, and I think I had a pretty good foundation too. Something that I would want to improve on is maybe I could have used a 3rd little tub of Play-Doh to make the walls in my house a little bit thicker so that they didn't move any at all. So other than that, we want to know what you used for your house. Drop pictures and comments below. Hopefully your house can withstand that wolf's huffs and puffs for 1 minute. Send some pictures of your wolves too, because we want to see if you guys decorated.
Yes,
pretty cool.
Please do.
Other than that, we are good to go. I hope you had fun.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks for joining.